Good morning and welcome back, everyone. I hope I'm audible as well as visible. So we are in the discussion of static keyword. In yesterday's class, we started the journey, and today static keyword part 2 will be covered. Part 2 of the static keyword. Fine. So by chance, if anyone is new today, if you want to understand what is happening today, you may have to watch yesterday's session especially, and before that whatever oops fundamentals we have discussed. If you're new to the world of Java, it will seem like it might be difficult since you have not completed earlier. Based on the response you can see from the crowd, it is the easiest thing which we're learning. Maybe because of the dependency on the previous classes which you have, you may not get fully the clarity. Okay, so today is the part 2 discussion of the static keyword. Dear friends, during the class, loading static variables gets the memory allocated and static block gets executed. Tick mark, right? No issues on that. And for the instance variable, how much ever objects we create, that many times the memory would be allocated for the instance variable, right? So whenever there is a common copy of data which has to be shared among all the objects, then we have to go with static variables, right? Great. Whenever there is a common block of code, common code which we may have to share among multiple constructors, what is used in that? I'm talking about constructors. Java initialization block. All of you there with me? Yep. Great. That is where we had stop our understanding. So basically, we try to understand static variables practically. We understood instance variables. We understood static initialization block, instance initialization block. We understood static method. We understood normal instance method, which is non-static. Java block, Java initialization block, instance block, all of them are referring to same. There are two blocks without you explicitly calling gets executed in certain occasions. Static block executes when you load the class during the class loading subsystem, and instance or Java initialization block gets executed during the object creation before the execution of constructor body. Is that what you're understanding, dear friends, on these two things? Do you need to explicitly call it? Let me go back and continue the discussion on where we had stopped in the last class. I would like to go here, right click. I will say launch static maybe 4. Keep in mind what we had discussed in the last class and continue this journey. It should be two-way interaction again. You interact, that much content you will be getting it. 1 week, if it is getting extended, it should not be a matter of concern. You should be in a position to understand that is what here. Okay. I'll say class anything, whatever you want to give. Okay. Class may be alien. Guys, if there is a static block that gets executed during the class loading, if there is an instance block, Java initialization block, or Java block, whatever you call it, that will get executed when you create the object, when constructor calls. But before the body of constructor, that instance block will get loaded and that will be executed. Now, that is the case. Yesterday we had one instance block, one static block. That is one Java block and one static block. Right now, I would like to include multiple. Can we have multiple static block as per the syntax? If it is allowed in the syntax, that means it is allowed. A block which is static, one more time I will write. If I am writing 2, more than 1, even if I write 10 times, it is the same rule. If I'm writing 2, then don't say that we can have only 2. No. More than 1 comes into the category of multiple. It could be 2, 3, 4, 10, 15. Is that also clear? Yes, no, maybe. I will say here static block number 1. Same goes here. I would like to say here static block number 2. So more than 1 static block I have. Same goes here. Let me include one more instance block. And if I'm writing 2, don't think that it is only 2. It could be any number. More than 1 means any number. I will say instance block, non-static block 1, system.out.println. I will say non-static block 2. All right. Okay. Or instance block, whatever name you want to give. We have multiple here. What is the flow of the control according to you guys? Based on the code which you can see on your screen, dear friends, right now, any of this instance or static block, will they get executed right now? Whatever code I have written on your screen? No. Why? Is JVM aware that there is a class called as alien? Does JVM have any idea about it? No, JVM doesn't have any idea about it. So now maybe I would like to create the instance. I'll say here alien type A1 equals to new alien. New alien. That's all. Since I'm creating the object, the first part JVM would do is, oh, there is an alien. Then alien class will be loaded. And during the class loading, what happens behind the scene? Static initialization block gets executed. All of you? Then there is a call to a constructor. During the constructor call, what happens? During the constructor call, Java block, which is instance block, gets executed. I would like to take this, right click, run as Java application. Kindly see here, guys. Both of them are in a flow. They are getting executed. So even if there are multiple static block or instance block, are they getting executed without you explicitly calling it? In which flow? Based on the order of the code. However, you have written in the same order, that will get executed. Now, can I create one more instance? You can create. So again, 2 more times. Now understand. Let me just see here. How many of you can answer this? Now, guys, 2 times I'm creating the instance. Okay. How many times static block gets executed? How many times instance block get executed here? 1 static, instance 2. Let's see here whether your understanding is correct. Are you all getting, guys? Static once, instance 2. Why instance 2? Because 2 times you are creating the constructor. 2 times you are creating the constructor. So every time constructor gets called, every time constructor gets invoked, behind the scene, what happens, dear friends? Every time you make a call to a constructor, behind the scene, what happens? The Java initialization block gets executed. But how many times class is getting loaded? How many times class is getting loaded? Once. Is that also clear to everyone present in the class? All of you? No issues? Can we proceed further? All right. Let me just talk on few of the things. I'll go here and create one more class. Name of the class, I'll give it as launch static 5. I would like to give with a main method. I'm tick marking, guys. You should be having crystal clear clarity. Any ambiguity, stop me there. But today's class is solely dependent on yesterday's class and the classes which we have covered so far. But keeping in mind that I am having the conversation with Java developers. All of you are already a Java developers. You have written the code in Java. You have developed Guesser game. You have developed the code. That means you know how to write a code in Java. So to the Java developers, I'm talking right now. There was a time 10 days before I was talking to everyone who wanted to learn Java. Right now, I'm talking to the one who knows Java. There is a difference. Can I consider the difference, dear friends? All of you know the structure of Java code. All right, dear Java developers, listen here very carefully. I would like to create one more class here. It could be anything. Demo 2. All right. Understand this. I would like to go here. And what? Maybe add a code like this. Integer type of A. And I will say static. And if I say A equals to 10, is it a valid code, guys? Whatever you can see on your screen. It is instance. If I make it static, valid code. No issues. Wonderful answers. What if I write like this? Static int A. I'll go here. First, I'll write static block. Then I'll write static variable. Is it valid one? According to you? First is static block. I'll do one thing here. Instead of me assigning the value, I will say system.out.println A. I'm using the value. Assigning is okay, fine. But I'm using this value which is already there. So what is the error I'm getting, guys? Cannot reference a field before it is defined. What is that output, guys? Error, compile time error. Java compiler is scolding you. Java compiler says compile time error. Guys, Eclipse has auto compiler. You need not to explicitly compile. The moment you write the code gets compiled. And Java compiler is showing you compile time error. Compile time error you will get whenever you don't follow the rules of a programming language. Example, in Java, you have to open the curly brackets, you have to close. You have to end the statement with semicolon. Right? This is the rules of programming language. And as per the rules of Java, can I use the variable first and later defined it? Is it valid syntax? Are you able to see compile time say no? Cannot reference a field before it is defined. Scoldings from a Java compiler. Yes? All of you present in the class? Any issues? If you all may permit, can I go ahead? This is invalid. But this was valid. Okay. Now let me go here. I will say static into the type of A. Wonderful, no problem. I will say public static void display. Well and good. System.out.println A. Any issues, sir? All good? Guys, static block gets executed during the class loading. We need not to do something explicitly. Instance block gets executed when we create an instance, not something extra you need to invoke. However, whether it is a normal method or static method, if you don't invoke, if you don't call that method, will that be executed? If I don't call the static display method, will that be executed? Automatically by itself, will it get executed? No. We may have to call, right? We may have to invoke it. Getting it? Now what I'm going to do is I will write a static block. I will write this static block. Within this static block, I will say a display. I have not yet ended. What according to you? Will it be valid or invalid? What is your guess? What is that you have got here? Have you got any error on your screen? Let me load the class. If you don't load the class, of course, it will not have any meaning to it. I will say here maybe demo2.d equals to new demo2. I'm not going to call anything, guys. On your screen, please see here, guys. Anywhere did I invoke anything? I'm just creating the instance so that at the creation of instance, before instance is created, JVM can load this. Okay. I'm not invoking anything. Let me just, I would like to assign the value maybe 10. All right. Let me just try to print here. Right click, run as Java application. There is a compile time error, it seems, before I proceed further. Where is this compile time error? Oh, demo2 is already there, it seems. I would like to go with 3. Let me go with 3. Okay. I would like to save this and go again. Run as Java application. Guys, what is that value I'm getting? Printing, but what is happening here? Why default value? Can anyone guess why default value? During the class loading, what happens, guys? During the class loading, what happens? Memory for static variable on the heap area allocated. JVM will assign a default value. Static initialization block gets executed. Correct, everyone? The moment memory allocated default value given, then you are invoking static block gets executed. That time you're invoking this method. So that time inside A, what value is present? Inside A, what value is present? Default value. I hope it is making sense, especially those who are part of yesterday's class. Who knows what happens behind the scene? So with this, what I'm trying to say, dear friends, with this, what I'm trying to say is to everyone, sometimes it seems that you might have understood the concept. Sometimes it will seem like we have understood the concept, but we have to try out of the box to get the clarity. And the first thing is to code something which is not done in the class. Minimum requirement is to code whatever has been covered in the class. And the generic requirement from all of you is to code something which is not being done after understanding. You should have this mindset. What if this is the case? What if that is the case? That what if should be there, and you should code and try what is happening in your application. Only then you'll get more clarity for now. Now, guys, have you all understood when what gets executed? So what is the significance of each things? If I want to write a piece of code, even the variable is static, right? But still 10, no, it is not getting invoked because assignment will happen after later stage. First is always memory allocation and static block executed during the class loading itself. That is the reason. And if you would have given that initialization inside the static block, then you would have got the 10. Dear friends, whenever a piece of code I want to execute as a Java developer, the moment class is loaded onto the JVM, where I should write that piece of code? I want some piece of code, whatever code I feel, that should be executed immediately the moment class is loaded. Where should I keep it? Static block. Great. And one more point here only I would like to clarify. Why extra? Guys, display method, is it instance method or static method? Static. So directly with the class name, can I call it? Directly with the class name, can I call it? No issues, sir. With the reference variable also you can call, there is no problem. Static method can be invoked with the class name also. Static method can be invoked with the reference variable name also. There is no problem in that. Is that also clear to everyone present in the class? Yes, no, maybe. All of you? Any issues so far? Okay. Allow me just a minute of time. I will cross check if I have some important key points which I had written for the previous batches on the static. If I can share with you guys. All right. All right. Allow me just a minute of time. Okay. Allow me a minute. I'm just cross checking. Apache Kafka REST API REST template Hibernate files, code files, Jenkins job titles, CRM REST notes, sync async real runners, CRM stream, Apache Kafka Redis Kafka. All right. Allow me a minute, guys. I'm just cross-checking. For the other batches, I had written some key points. If I'm not getting, I'll find it tomorrow and share with you. But let me just find it for a minute of time, okay? After which I'm going to develop, let's develop something which will summarize when what to use, okay? I want that also to be discussed with you in today's class. Okay. All right. Fine. Now, guys, can we just develop one application? Assume let's develop one basic application on, assume that government is announcing to give loans to the farmer. Okay. And when it comes to loan, what all parameters comes into picture, guys? Whenever you hear the loan, what all parameters comes into picture? First thing is basic parameters. Let's take it. You can enhance this program. Whatever program or application we will develop, I want you to enhance it, add more features to it. It's your job. First part is principal amount. How much amount is needed? Is it required or not? I want you to add more part. But for now, how much amount is required? Second part, what is the duration of the loan? Is it required or not? Duration of the third part, rate of interest is also the basic part. Rate of interest. Yes, no, maybe. All of you. Rate of interest is also important. Now tell me, guys, amount, principal amount, who will decide? Is it farmer or is it government or loan provider? You are telling loan provider, government will decide. If government will decide, government will say, I will give you ₹1 loan or $1 loan. Are you okay with $1 loan? I mean, are you all there with me? Yes, no, maybe. All of you. Now, that should be given the opportunity for the farmers, right, to decide how much loan is required. Yeah. Dear friends, What about the rate of interest? Who will decide rate of interest? The bank, the loan provider. Loan provider will give, right? If it is given to the loan seeker, then they will say, I will give rate of interest 0.000001%. Correct? Huh. What about the time duration? I should ask farmer only how much times you need. Correct? Great. Let's develop one application on the same. Basic part. I want you to enhance this application, guys. Add more features, ask them the range, think out of the box and code it. If you don't code it, that shows that you are just here for the formality purpose. If you don't enhance this, that means you're cheating yourself. I will say here, basic former. It's very core Java. There is nothing can be done because it is console-based applications. I don't want to waste much time also, but however, at least some part should be done. Principal amount, I'll give it as maybe double type of principal amount. Double type of what we have then, time duration. Or let's go with float only. Why to use 8 bytes of memory? Float type of time duration, and I will say here float type of rate of interest. Rate of interest. Done. After which I should ask the farmer, please enter what is the time duration needed, what is the principal amount. For that purpose, I will create one method called as accept input. Whatever name of the method you want, you can give. It's up to you. You decide what you wanted. I will give this as the name. Wherein I'll create the instance of scanner type. Scanner type scan equals to new scanner. New scanner. Within this, I would like to say here system.in. I would like to say finish. Next line, I will say system.out.println. I will say here, kindly enter the amount, loan amount required. Loan amount required in rupees. Okay. I know, I hope everyone knows why I'm writing this, guys, to take the user input. No problem to everyone. Whatever my user will enter, I will store in a variable which I have already created by the name PA by telling scan dot next int or next float, because it is a float type of data. Now, guys, I'm writing this application by keeping in mind that I have already discussed on the concept of methods, class, objects, how to read the data from the console. I have already thought that those who are new or new to this week of the class, don't think that directly some code I'm writing. Each and every line has been discussed in the class. Why we have a dot also we have discussed. We started the journey from how programming came, what is transistor, what is semiconductor technology. From there we have got it. Directly I'm not writing this code. I have kept in mind those who are watching me, they are already Java developers. Fine. Now can I go ahead, my dear friends? Everyone, I will say here, kindly enter time duration required to repay loan in months. Okay. After which I will store that data inside time duration variable, which I have already created by telling scan dot next float. After which rate of interest, it has to be decided. ROI equals to maybe I'll say 2.5F. Done. Later, I have to perform the computation. And guys, finally, I have to also tell to farmer, right, how much the simple interest. That should be something which I have to tell farmer based on the amount, time duration, and rate of interest. What will be the simple interest? Correct? Yeah, let it be in thousands only. float type of simple interest. Simple interest should be calculated based on amount required, time duration, and rate of interest. Yes, no, maybe. Let me perform the calculation for this. I'll say compute. And here I'm going to say simple interest equals to principal amount into time duration into rate of interest divided by 100. All of you present in the class. Principal amount into rate of interest into yes, no, maybe. Everyone, they know the formula. Basic maths, again, don't get, it's just multiplication divided by 100. Basic formula. If you didn't know, now you got to know. Finish it. Later, I would like to say here, all of that can be done inside the one method. Taking the input, calculating and displaying the result can be done in one method. But there will be no modularity. You have to write the code which is more modular. Modularity is very, very important. That means write the task, specific task in separate methods. Don't put everything inside one method. If you write execution is fine, but if there is any problem, then to rectify that, to debug that, there will be a lot of issues. You should write it independently. Okay. I will write and say here, I will say display. I would like to go and say system.out.println, system.out.println. Hello. I will say here, your simple interest is I would like to say here, yes, I. So basic application, anyone has any issues, guys? Anyone has any issues? No. Can I have used here all non-static instance member. My dear friends, can I make use of static methods here, static variables? Now tell me, guys, for every former object, will it be same principal amount, same time duration, same simple interest? Don't you think it will vary from object to object? If it is varying object to object, then don't you think it should be instance only, not static? I will say here former type F1 equals to new former. Likewise, I'll assume that I have 3 formers in my application. 3 formers I have. F2, former 2 and former 3. Okay. Now I'm going to ask former 1 dot. For former 1, please ask what is the amount. Dot. For former 2, calculate what is the case. And for former 3, tell what is the simple interest. Okay. System.out.println. I will say here former 1. This is happening for former number 1. Okay. Same goes for former 2 also. Same goes for former 3 also. I will say here it is former 2. I will say this is as former 3. I will say here former 2, former 2, former 2. I will say former 3, former 3, former 3. Done. For 3 formers, first for former 1, it will be asked how much is the principal amount and everything for former 2 and for former 3. Great. Let me execute this application, guys. I will say here system.out.println. Let me just execute. Former 1, it is asking, guys, kindly enter the amount required. Maybe amount, I will enter some amount. This is the amount I needed. Okay. 3,45,455 is the amount I need. What is the time duration in months to repay? I want 24 months to repay. Hello, your simple interest is this much. This is the simple interest we may have to give, it seems. For former 2, it is asking what is the amount required. I will enter the amount. Duration, I will enter some duration in months. This is my simple interest. For former 3, it is being asked I will enter something. This is my simple interest. Now, my dear friends, is my application working fine for all the farmers? Yes, no, maybe. Everyone present in the class? No issues? Great. Now, guys, is there any scope of including the static element here in my application? Any scope of including the static element? Yes, no, mixture of answers I'm getting. Open your brain and tell me, dear friends, principal amount, is it same for all or different for everyone? Is it same for all, different for everyone? Principal amount should be instance or static. Is it a common copy of data or different copy for different instance? Time duration different for different instance. Simple interest different for different instance. Rate of interest, is it a common copy of data which is shared among all the objects of a class? Is it a common copy? So don't you think now, if you don't make it static, how many times memory allocated, how much ever instances are there? Don't you think it is a wastage of memory? So can I make it static, guys? One time the memory will be allocated. Yes, no, maybe. If it is a static, I will make use of static block. I'll make use of static block. And I will initialize rate of interest equals to 2.5f, and I need not to assign it here again. Dear friends, tell me, for rate of interest variable in the entire application, doesn't matter we have a 3 formats or we have a 10 formats, how many times memory would be allocated, dear friends? Now, last application, you got the result. Let me run this application also. I'll right click, run as Java application. Farmer 1, kindly enter the loan amount. Duration, your simple interest. Farmer 2, kindly enter duration, simple interest. Farmer 3, kindly enter something. Your simple interest. Dear friends, just tell me one thing here. Output wise, last application, this application, both of them are giving us result, right? Both of them are giving us result. But tell me which is more efficient program, which is more efficient application. First one or second one? Second. Now, guys, the matter of static, is it clear to everyone? The game of static, is it clear to everyone? Yes, no, maybe. I will add a few key points. Acknowledge if this is what you have understood about the static. And any silly, inky, ponky question on static, I'll ready to answer. Which yesterday I have told you, right? Once I complete the topic, you'll not have any issues. If you have, I'm ready to answer. Just to acknowledge, is this key point matching your understanding or not? Static variables, memory will be allocated on the heap area. Okay, let me add the key points. I want you to read out, someone to read out these points. Okay. Anyone in the class who would like to read out and help me out to make it more interactive can raise the hand. You can change it, no problem. No, anytime you can code it. Anyone who can I give chance? So many of them are raising it, the hands. Anyone randomly, I'm picking, guys. There are many people who have raised the hand. Aditya, are you there? Would you like to read, or maybe by mistake?
Yes. Am I audible?
You're audible, Aditya.
Yeah. So static variables memory will be allocated on heap area during class loading itself.
Okay.
I mean, as we have the first stage is class loader subsystem linking and preparation stages. And JVM would also initialize default value to static variable at this stage.
So is this is what you have understood? Is the point justifying your understanding?
Yes.
Okay. Point number 2.
Static block will be executed during class loading itself. Class loading while initialization.
Is this justifying your understanding on the static block?
Yes. And if there are few statements to be executed even before main method, we can use static block.
Is this also justifying your understanding?
Yes.
I mean, guys, these points I have given English words, not from ChatGPT, not from anywhere. Basic English words with some errors, grammatical errors you ignore. I am from the rural background. I don't have hi-fi English with me. But it should be the summary of what you have understood. Like this is the summary. This is what we have understood. That should be the case, right? Please read out this point.
Static variables memory will be allocated only once in heap area during class loading. Whenever we have a common copy of data which has to be shared among all the objects of a class, then we must use static variable as the memory will be allocated only once. And same copy of data will be used among all the other objects of the class.
Is this justifying your understanding, guys? If you could answer this way to the interviewer, I can challenge interviewer will not feel comfortable to reject you guys. Is this, if someone is answering you like this, don't you think you will feel confident that they know the concepts? Next key point.
Java initialization block will be executed during the object creation and before the body of the constructor, before calling the constructor.
Is this correct and satisfying the understanding? Is it the correct mindset or summary of your understanding, guys? That this is what you have understood. Please read out this.
Static methods can be invoked directly with class name. It can also be invoked during the reference of object also. We can also call it using the object reference.
Is this also correct, dear friends? Everyone? No issues? Wonderful answers from all of you. And how about this?
Whenever we have common copy of statements which must be executed for every constructor, we can include them within the Java initialization block. Yes, the Java initialization block or Java block or instance block.
Is it clear, guys? Chavan, I'll come to the questions. Now, please hear. All of you? I have already discussed that yesterday, Vasu. Yesterday I have discussed, but I'll repeat for you. Let me complete this. Whatever is your question that has been already discussed in the class, that has been covered, you have missed out, but I will repeat for you. Just let's complete this point, okay? Now, is this also the understanding, guys? The last point also summarizing everyone. So Vasu's answer is here only. Vasu's answer is here only. But still, I will show you with the code again, okay? Whenever we have any common statements which must be executed for every constructor, we can include that within a Java instance initialization block. Is that also correct, dear friends? How about this?
Instance initialization block can be used to initialize the instance variables.
Correct. This can be used for that purpose also. There are other few things on the static which I will discuss with all of you once the inheritance is done. Static with respect to parent child also has to be discussed. Can static members get inherited? Can we override that? All of these things also has to be discussed, which I will talk. Now, I am open for everyone's question before I move further in the class. If you have any questions, Aditya, please do ask.
Yeah, one question here. So, I just wanted to ask about the inheritance one. So, can we inherit the static methods?
Static methods can be inherited, but you cannot override. There is a concept of method hiding comes into picture, which I will show you in the inheritance concept. So, method hiding. What exactly happens if you override? It will act like a specialized method, but you cannot override the static methods. What exactly happens with the code, I will explain you. Actually, it hides the parent method. So it will get inherited, but if you try to override, it will hide the parent method. It will be acting like a specialized method of that particular class. So in that case, the concept of method hiding comes into picture. And we can come to a conclusion that static methods cannot be overridden.
Got it.
Which you will understand eventually from tomorrow's class. Anything else?
Good.
Okay. Thank you so much, Aditya. No, that is console based, Daniel. It is a core Java. In reality, we will not, take in real applications, we don't take input from the console. So you need not to verify if there is a double or int or float. So here it is just for the verification which developer will do. In real time application, it is different, which you'll understand in the Spring Boot and microservices. And now the answer for some Vasu had asked me. I think this is the application. This code was common for all my constructors. It was to be there here also. It was to be there here also. I have kept it here because every time you invoke a constructor, doesn't matter what, this particular block will be included inside the constructor. That means whenever you call a constructor, whatever code is there inside the instance block, that will get executed. So if there are multiple constructor, if there is a code which is common to all constructor, instead of you repeating that again and again, you can keep inside this instance block so that whenever there is a call to a constructor, this code gets executed automatically. And what is Chavan had asked? What is Chavan? Yeah. What if I write Java initialization block after main method? I believe still it will be executed after main method. Chavan, first of all, Java initialization block will get executed whenever you create an instance. If you don't create the instance, it will not be executed only. Okay. Will that execute after super keyword and this keyword? It is actually before Java installation block. Always it is before super method. We will see it tomorrow's class. Once we start the execution of super keyword, again we'll get back to this and see what is the flow of execution for Java initialization block. Instance block and Java initialization block, are they same, right? Yes, they both are same. They both are same. And guys, till Java 21, that means from 1994 alpha beta version of Java and till 2023-24, Java story was same. That means for nearly 30 years, Java story was same. But in Java 22, latest, which 99.9% of Java developers are not aware, which when I attended the Oracle Dev Live, Oracle, Java Day with Naveen sir, I got to know one thing, that from Java 22 and upcoming version, this method and super method, before that also there can be code written. That means there is no condition that this method and super method has to be in the first line only. They have made the modification from Java latest version, which you need not to know, but if you know, it's good. But if you say this to any of the interviewer, they may reject you thinking that you don't know anything. So be careful about this because it is the latest new changes. Current, very latest 2022 4 changes it is. Okay. Like this, there are a lot of changes they are making up in Java, but Java supports backward compatibility. So it's not compulsion for Java developers to know every new features. If you know added advantage, if you're comfortable with the old versions, you can continue with it. There is no problem. Java code will not be affected. Java supports strong backward compatibility. So it leaves Java developers an option to learn whether they want to choose the new features or not. That is the reason 85% of Java developers don't even know features more than Java 8. Some of them don't even know Java 8 features also properly. They're still learning it. Why? Because they're already comfortable with whatever they're using. Because anyway, if the new feature comes, it's up to Java developers whether they want to use it or not. It will not be compulsion for them. Okay. Any more questions, dear friends, which I have to address before I go further on the this thing? Java is a universe. Yes, no doubt about it, Saiteja. See, Java is easy. The proof is Java has the highest community since 30 years. If Java was difficult, as a human being, we don't use something which is easy. Remember this point. If something is easy, human never uses that. Always we prefer something which is more easy, more convenient. Since Java is more friendly programming language, people use it because Java gives you clarity. Java will not leave you in ambiguity. Java is not JavaScript. Sometimes even if you're an expert, you don't even know what is happening in your code. There is no confusion. How many of you here JavaScript developers or have idea about JavaScript? Have idea about JavaScript? Like how that is working? Now tell me guys, don't you think a lot of adjustments and you have to do in JavaScript where you don't have clarity, you have to adjust? With due respect to JavaScript, many things, how the things is working, you will not have 100% dot clarity. Sometimes the behavior will change. Especially if you're a beginner programmer, then a lot of trouble. But even if you're a beginner, just 10 days of Java, guys, 10 days of Java, whatever you have learned in 10 days, have you got clarity of this? Is there any ambiguity in 10 days of learning? That's the difference. Suppose we have two constructor and we have this keyword in any of this method. Will both constructor call? Yes, Sandesh. That we have discussed in the constructor topic also was the video. We have covered that concept. We had only one constructor called, but there are totally 3 constructors in the class. All 3 got executed because of this method call, Sandesh. Okay, was that video? We have discussed that. We had only one object created. We called officially one constructor, but 3 constructor also got called because of this method call. Every 6 months version updating. So how we know each version that changes? Not necessary to be known. If there is a need, then you can learn it. And every version you need not to know. Whatever important, you can learn it. That makes Java different because Java supports backward compatibility. So you need not to worry about the new features. Whenever you get a time, learn it. If you don't want to learn, ignore for 10 years, no problem. That's the power of Java. Any more questions, guys? Official document of Oracle. Don't go to any of the Inky Ponky Donkey sites. If you answer something from there, if someone asks you, where did you got this? If you say from a specific websites, then they will reject you. Thinking that, hey, this guy is considering something, some other random documents. He will create a lot of problem in the code. So always, if you answer someone with confidence, you have to refer the official document. I have read this in Oracle official document. This is the case. Then there is a weightage on that value. Okay. All right. Guys, now we need to start one of the most important topic from the scratch. And this you must know as a Java developer. Not just knowing it, you have to have a clarity. The upcoming concepts are not to be learned or known. They are a digestible concept. That means as a Java developer, you should digest them. It should not be like if you revise only, you should know. They should be digested. The concept is none other than inheritance. I will not speak any theory. I'll not speak parent, car, bike, all of that, engine, all these examples directly with theory. I believe in code. And I hope most of the concepts I have explained to you by writing the code, that what is happening. So everything from upcoming concepts also, whether it is polymorphism, whether it is abstraction, whether it is inheritance, everything I will try to make it digestible by writing the code on your screen from tomorrow onwards, because I have just 30 minutes left out and I don't want to start a partial discussion on inheritance and tomorrow part 2 of inheritance. That should not be there. tomorrow's class, the most important discussion I will start, which is on the inheritance. Before I go here, I have talked to that student. Maybe in upcoming classes, I will try to get him in his free time. Back in 2018 or 2018-19, I had one of my student, okay, one of my student from very poor financial background in Bangalore. He was attending my offline classes back then on weekends, and he used to come and attend my classes. He was very studious. 3 months of classes got over. He came to me and he told me that living in Bangalore is very expensive. I am from very poor background. I cannot survive. If I don't get job immediately, I may have to go back to my village. I am helpless. And I was pushing him to stay by trying something. 2019, that time Blinkit, Zepto, other options were not there. He was struggling with it. And I had asked him to push him. That company gave one placement opportunity from one of the gaming company for manual testing role. And many of them applied. He also applied. 6 of them got selected for manual testing. The package was 12,000 per month and it was a night shift. Out of 6, 5 rejected the offer, but this guy accepted. I asked him why. You are a very good student. You know coding, manual testing, night shift, only for 12,000, that too in Electronic City, a part of Bangalore. What is the need of it? Why did you even choose it? He told, right now for me, 12,000 is equal to 12 lakh rupees. It is equal to so much. 12,000, if I have to talk in terms of dollar, it is just $150. It's just $150 per month. It is 2019 I'm talking. But that guy accepted the offer. He told this is 12,000 is equal to me 12 lakh rupees. For me, it is very important. He accepted the offer. But he was very hardworking. Once he boarded the company, he never left the touch of Java. He never left upskilling himself. He was very punctual in learning and upgrading every day. Plus, whatever task is given to him on the company with a discipline he used to do. He never care about whether my manager is watching me or not, whether my lead is watching me or not, whether my colleagues are working or not. He never, with complete discipline, he used to come, he used to do the task. If you're working hard, that will get noticed. It is in the law of nature. That's a law of nature. That discipline got noticed by company also. They had a requirement for testing by learning one of the automation tool, which is gaming application. Okay. And instead of giving opportunity for someone outsider, let's give chance to someone which is there, who are there within the company itself. Within the company itself. So what they have done is they have asked him and others, those who are disciplined, 2, 3 of them, they picked up. They told, look, you are very disciplined, you are very hardworking. We have noticed your work from past 6 months. We feel you are worth of it. There is one automation tool for which we will only give the training. Right now, we will give 8 days of basic training and we want you to do the research. And then we will take your interview again, internal interview. If you clear, again, we will onboard you for this particular, role. We will upgrade you and we will again do the detailed training for 3 months. We want to check whether you have a capability of not. Lot of physics and many things required for testing a gaming application. But this guy is hardworking, right? The 8 days of training, he took basic training and he worked really, really hard. The one who is continuously working hard with complete discipline and dedication without bothering about the results and what others are saying, what others are happening. For him, not a big deal. Very fortunately, he could able to clear that internal interview round and then he got trained detailed on the testing tools. Now, dear friends, he started the journey with out of no other options, with lot of issues, financial issues, with 12,000 per month, which is around $150 per month. It was very difficult. Compared to today, it is little better in 2019. I'm talking about 5-6 years ago. Can you imagine after the internal interview, 6 months into the company, what was the package offered to him? After internal interview he cleared, what was the package offered to him? Any guess in numbers, guys? What could have been the package? he was offered around 24 or 28 lakh per annum. How much? 24 or 28? I have asked him if he could come and say in the class, it will be great in future. But 24, earlier batches he had told it, 24 or 28 lakh per annum. Are you imagining? He came to me. I still remember, I'm getting the goosebump. He was crying outside the class, was waiting for me. I told what happened to him again. He was very close to me. I came and asked him, is there everything fine? Have they removed you from the job or something? He told, no, I got promoted with unimaginable package, which gives me more than 1.6 or 1.8 lakh per month. My life changed. Everything changed. And later, after some months, he got his parents to Bangalore. He is making his brother study, his siblings study. And he told right now his package is more than 40 because he has 5+ years of experience, 40 or 50. He's a lead right now. And he told, I have taken some apartment in Bangalore, somewhere prestige in the Electronic City itself. He told he comes at 12th floor. He comes in the balcony and he sees the entire city in a very big apartment. I told, I have never imagined my life will be this. And he says, I am very much blessed. He was crying when he told that to one of the previous batch. So what I'm trying to say, my dear friends, his life only changed. IT has many such real stories, many such real games. IT has power to change your destiny. It can make you super rich. It can make you financially stable. It can get you out of this. Lot of cons are there, no doubt on this. Everything has cons, but pros are something which is unimaginable. Many such cases. So don't worry on, will I get that? Should I do that? Should I do this? While you are working in some company also, whether my manager is watching, should I do it? All that will take you nowhere. Your focus should be on skilling, and you should be disciplined and hardworking. I'm not telling any philosophy. I'm not eligible. I'm not telling also I'm not eligible. I have just told real incident which I have come across in my life. I've trained 30,000+ people from past 8 years. 50 batches I have completed on Java. Weekends, early morning, evenings. Daytime I cannot take because I'm involved in development. What I'm trying to say is sometimes things seems which is unrealistic or maybe not possible or very difficult for you. But if you're a disciplined, hardworking, dedicated, then you have results in front of you. I have seen it. So right now your focus is on upskilling, adding as much skills on your profiles as possible, which is possible if you give dedicated time every day. It's not about learning Java or Spring Boot or microservices. It's about adding all the important skills, right skills, which is possible if you put some extra efforts from now on. No one can convince me that they are hardworking, they have specific skills, and they don't have job. No one can convince me. Ask them. Even Terisco has one requirement. I can hire them. Who are really know Spring, Java, microservices, who's really dedicated. There's no way. Fine. So focus on the skilling and be a part of revolutionary stories. And you can also be telling this to me and we can share this to other students also going forward. Like this, there are many such students who have told me their life journeys, that how they have reshaped. One more student was into Java, but got recruited for SAP as a SAP consultant. Doesn't matter. Most of the companies in India, freshers, even if they want to put in DevOps, clouds or anything, they hire based on Java. Because Java they'll take as a base. Most of the service-based companies, for a fresher especially. After clearing, they got into some SAP and they gave the training, and he could able to do within 1 year. He could able to travel to the US. He was from a rural background. Company gave him on-site opportunity. Right now he's in US. Right now he's in US. And he's enjoying the life from 5 years in US. He's like, I'm getting very good salaries. My life is only changed. I never knew. And he was zero in coding. He had the phobia of coding. And now things are different. So sometimes it's not easy as how it looks. It is difficult currently, especially out of the recession and all. But your focus should not be on that. Your focus on be how much skills you can add in your profile, and how you can prepare for yourself. Fine. So be ready for everything and add as much skills as possible on your profile and get the clarity of the concept. Sit down. If any issues in any of the concepts, go back to the point of deviation. In this concept, I was learning, but I got some confusion. I got little bit of, I don't have clarity on some of the things. But what is that point of deviation? What is the point you got deviated because of which you are not able to understand? What is that point which is creating problem in your mind in order to understand the concept? Like everything is fine, it's easy. But what is that one point where everyone is answering in the chat that they have understood? Why I'm not able to understand? Is there some point which I'm missing out? Was the video? You have lifetime access for all the recordings. Watch all the videos. Go through the videos and see what is that one point which is missing, which is creating problem. And ask to me. The best part is the live course. Every day you can ask to me. Every day you can ask to me that I was going through this concept. This one particular point I got deviated. Okay, at the end of the class, not in between. Of course, that will disturb the flow of the class. But at the end of the class, you can definitely ask. I don't mind it. Fine, dear friends, all of you. Yep. So maybe that's all for today, guys, because I want to start a brand new topic, which is inheritance from tomorrow's class. Inheritance, abstraction, polymorphism, interfaces, the association with respect to loose coupling, tight coupling, dependence injection, all of that will be taught in the upcoming classes. They are very, very, very crucial. So tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and next week, total 7 classes are the most crucial classes for your entire development journey. So make sure all of you plan your upcoming 7 days very critically and be a part of the class and be on time exactly at 7 a.m. Thank you so much for the day. If you have any questions, you can let me know in the chat, something to be discussed. If you don't have anything, you can drop from the meeting. We will meet tomorrow at 7 a.m. If you have something to be discussed with me, please do let me know. I'm open for your question, whether it is a technical question, non-technical question, or any of the conceptual questions. I'm open for it. Thank you so much, guys. I was going through the documentation. I got this keyword can be used to return current class instance. Could you please, this keyword has the address of currently running object. This keyword has the address of currently running object. That is the reason we say that this can be used to return the address of current object, Sandesh. I will share these files. That is one important part. Let me share these files, guys, and then you can drop. It will be attached with the video also. I will say here static. Not here. I'll go back. I will go to anywhere. Okay, it's fine here. Static keyword, key points, and part 2 discussion. Keyword. Okay. I would like to go here. All right. All right, guys. Thank you. I hope these key points are summarizing that this is what you have understood. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, every one of you, for being with me in today's class. Okay. Thank you all. I just wanted to confirm, maybe I have missed out. Like, does the static block gets executed first or the static variable gets initialized first while class is loaded? Static variable memory gets allocated first. Default value will be initialized Javaria. Later, static block gets executed. What is abstract class? Abstract class is a class which consists of abstract methods, such a method without any implementation. An abstract class cannot be instantiated. About the abstract class, we are going to discuss in the concept of abstraction in a detailed and most simplified way. But I hope I have answered also. Sai Hari Krishna. It's like incomplete class, which has some methods without any implementation. That means we cannot instantiate that class also. We cannot create object of that class also. When initialization will be done for a static variable during the static block call, or whenever you have written the code to initialize. If you have written the code inside the static block there, or any other method there, or instance block there. However, if you have given the value directly if you have assigned the value, then during the static block in execution. Can a class be declared as static? Inner class can be declared, Daniel. I will talk. There is a concept of inner class during the collection discussion. I will talk on that. Outer class cannot be static. However, there can be static class present, which is an inner class. But what is inner class? I have not yet talked. Okay. You can use public. We will talk on that. The new features inside the interface, or what, remind me once I discuss the concept of access modifiers or specifiers, public, private, protected, default, and the concept of inheritance, new features. That time we will discuss again. We will understand, guys. Can we make the static variables to get inherited? Can we make them private? Can we override the methods of static? All these things are pending during the inheritance and the interfaces. We will discuss it. Okay. But whatever is required before inheritance, I think everything is covered and you got the entire clarity. Can we make class as static? What is inner class? What is inner static class? There are things which yet to be discussed. All right, guys, thank you so much for being with me. I want to learn data structures and algorithm in detail in parallel. We can expect the DSA videos. You will be uploaded once little bit more Java gets over. After the concept of arrays and strings, we will upload it. Hari Krishore. Or maybe I'll ask our team to upload now. If you want, you can start watching it. Okay. And apart from that, I myself on my YouTube channel also starting the series of DSA, just in case if you want to learn. So you have multiple options. That's all, guys. Thank you for being with me in today's class. Because of the yesterday's new topic, I have concluded early. We'll meet tomorrow at 7 a.m. Indian Standard Time and start a brand new important topic of inheritance, which is one of the major pillar for the OOPS. So let's meet tomorrow, 7 a.m. Indian Standard Time. Thank you, every one of you. Thank you so much, all of you.